map properly around that. So I do think that's just something we need to work on as a collective. All right, let's look at this. Game 2 draft. I really like this. I think Diego's a good blind pick. They answer with Udyr, which is a flex pick. Renata, I think Brand Jin. I actually think the spot lane, I think I told Taddy this, is probably what got recommended. I think it's a really strong bot lane. I think Jin does really well in teams that have high AP damage because they can't prioritize armor against him, and he just one taps people. So I really like this combo of Brand Jin. I think he does really, really well in these aggressive kill lanes because he's more of a utility ADC, similar to Ashe. Can obviously do damage, but I think having someone who's a kill lane, I think Zyra's really good with him. Brand, obviously. You can also combine him with like an enchanter. I think enchanters do pretty good with him. Obviously, they're not like kill lanes as much, but I think that he does do well with enchanters. I think he actually struggles more with engaged champions. You want to be able to space, you want to be able to outrange, and you want to be able to do damage from that range. So I think you can go enchanters like a Janna, a Nami, a Melio, any of those ones. I think you can go, or you go like kill lanes. I think you go Soraka, or no, sorry, not Soraka. I think you go Zyra, you go Brand, Pike, those type champions. So I think pairing him with the proper champions is really important. Um, so I'm looking at different things. I do think that on the Senna game, that last game, I think you should have built Ghostblade first. So that's just a side note. So overall, I actually like our draft for the first 3 picks. I think the first 3 picks are fantastic. I don't think picking picking Galio into Ari is good, and maybe I'm crazy there. That just doesn't feel like that's okay. It's about an even matchup. I think Vladimir would have been better. Does well into the Ari. I know you don't play a lot of mids, so that's probably the better pick. Galio's fine, considering we have brand damage. I just don't think it does well into their composition. It also gives Silas, which I didn't know was getting picked, another ult to take. Malphite Blind, I think, is absolutely horrific here. I think this is a horrible pick. I think it's a horrible pick. I don't think this is good in any sense of the word. I know it ends up being massive and being really good for us. I think this is just such a god awful pick. I think it's horrible. So the reasoning is, if they do send Malphite or Udyr top, that is null and void. That's fine. It's whatever. It's a even matchup. Udyr will have perma push on the Malphite and has a little bit of kill pressure if played properly. It's not. It's definitely not favored towards Malphite. It is favored towards the Udyr. At least as far as I know. I can check out the numbers really quickly and see if that's true. I find Mr. Udyr. Alright, so who wins? Malphite wins against Udyr 48% of the time. So you're counterpicking yourself if they pick Udyr, they send Udyr top. So I think Udyr top would have been the play here. I also think you only really counter the Twitch. Renata should, if they're good, instantly throw down an ult right when you're ulting in. And yes, it'll stop you, but it'll stop your team from being able to follow up. I think a better pick here is, I think you guys need to engage. Zach is a significantly better pick. I think Ornn was banned. I mean, even though you don't have engage, Aatrox would have been a better ban. I think that, man, Skarn would have been a better pick. Not ban, better pick. There's just so many champions that would have been good here outside of Malphite. The only reason big Malphite is you guys didn't have Engage, and at least 3 misplaces on unlock camera. You gotta get used to it. You gotta get used to it. Yeah, I just think that the Malphite pick is super bad here. It's if this guy wasn't bronze, you guys lose this game off the Malphite pick. The Silas. I legitimately think you guys insta lose this if this guy had any idea how to pilot Silas. Clearly in the game, he had zero cognizant idea of how to pick Silas. But I think there are just a lot better options here from even Garen. Like, I don't think you guys need super big engage because you have pseudo engage with Viego going in and with Galio on top of them. Plus, like, man, it's hard. I think the Malphite in terms of the engage is good, but I just think that in terms of blinding him is super bad. I think there's better engage. I think Zach would have been so much better here. I think I'm trying to see if there's any other engaged top laners because we. Oh, Lissandra pick would have been really good here. Instead of Galio, I think Lissandra would have been way better to make up for it, right? Scion. I don't know if you play Scion. Let me look at your champ pools. I'm not thinking about champ pools necessarily, so if I look at champ pools on our top laner, I think Malachi, I think Zach, I think Scion are all better picks here. I think Malphite is, and I think truthfully, I think you could have gotten away with Aatrox. So yes, I do not like the Malphite pick. I think it was a really, really bad pick considering how hard they countered it. I think if we were considering it, this champion should have been banned. The guy. That being said, I'm not taking into consideration. I understand that the guy was a freaking bronze 1 player. So yes, there is something that is something to be cognizant of. Like, okay, we weren't really scared of this guy because of it. Even if he gets a counter, he's not going to win. So it is what it is. I think that if this was an even matchup, like if we were all even ranked, I think you guys lose this literally just off of the Malphite pick. Like the game is actually done because where we picked Malphite. Let's jump into the game if I can get the game pulled up. Oops. Alright, let's get through this. Great job there. That was really well played by you guys. Communicating the level 2 spike. I think that's the second game in the games that I've watched today where you guys have communicated that. That was absolutely fantastic. And he layered the CC. That was absolutely beautiful bot line. Good roam. My only concern is missing. That wasn't a very good trade. Yeah, I think Pity, you're being too aggressive. You're trying to flex on this guy, and you don't know your damage there. No reason to do that. Bot lane's huge. We should be hovering it perfect. I like that we're hovering here. I like that you guys are rotating over. Gets a kill, which is unfortunate, but... Oh, Taddy, a little too... I think it went... How did I miss a taunt there? Oh, you... Once we failed the... I actually think Galio, how you tank there, is really good. I think going aggressive there, I think you guys just take it. It's okay. I think you just take the kill, which is okay. Like, it worked out. I think we're just being too aggressive. And then, yeah, you can't rotate up that direction. With how low health you are and her hitting level 6, you should know that she's going to be level 6. You leave. You leave out of bot lane. You don't rotate back to mid. You TP back. You back and then you TP. I think your rotation's really bad there. There's no way Silas dies here, right? Oh my gosh. That hurts my brain. Some minor misplays, but I think overall we're doing alright. That was a little overkill. He has no way of getting out. I don't think we needed to use both the Galliol and the Malphite ult here. When I say a little, that was extremely overkill. But you just need to continue to play super aggro here. You guys need to have vision, but you need to make sure you're using proper vision. But I think you guys just continue to play really aggressive. Galio should be calling that mid is missing here. And you guys need to back off. Viego's clearing through topside. You had zero reason to flash there. Yeah, this guy's just not know what he's doing on the Silas. Holy cow. Great stun. Oh, we gotta hit skill shots, guys. Missing some skill shots, but overall that worked out. I think you guys just hard shove. You rotating? I remember I had joined the game at this point. You don't know where she is. You don't know where your mid laner is. Like, you gotta... She shows right here. Clears a wave. You cannot be rotating up here like this. You would see her start pathing bot. This is very clearly they're coming for you. You need to do that when your jungle is near you and your mid laner is actually there. Can't rotate over outside of that. Is fine because you're getting first turret. Okay, now we should absolutely be sending bot lane to mid and top and mid lane to bot lane. That should be the call here. I think let's back up. I think you kind of walk like I don't think you need to flash there. If I'm being honest, Pity, you're just walking. There's no you can't walk up there. There's it's just really hard with your team doesn't have prio. You should be pushing and then resetting and doing stuff like that. You're being really aggressive here for no reason. It's kind of you kind of get that aggro mind sometimes, Pity, when you don't have any right or any vision to be able to actually do that. That was a good try. I think it was a really good turn. I think you guys' communications was really good here. That was a great ult. The Galio R needs to come down a little bit earlier. I think it would have been a little bit cleaner CC. Oh, barely missed it. So these are one of these instances, Taddy, where you don't know where they are. It's actually better for you to be sticking with. Like, I know you want to push out the wave, and so the conversation with Primus needs to be, hey, Primus, help me push this wave so I can rotate with you, or Viego or whoever's going to help you, and then be with him, or you just go with him. I think you guys need to be sticking together more in these situations. I think we just get caught out sometimes because you guys aren't on the same page of who's rotating where, who's doing what. So I think you and Primus need to be talking more about, hey, this is what I'm doing. We got about a million resets here. Get the Dark Harvest proc with the auto deck. I swear, if you buy Thornmail, second item, Nugget, I'm gonna be so sad. You're getting Shotkeeper Dift if you do that. Oh my gosh! Just stick with Bramble. You do not go Thornmail. You just stick with Bramble. It's not worth it to go Thornmail. It's better that you had some. There's a lot better options. I think Frozen Heart's really good here. I think Omen is really good here. Both better than Thornmail. So I don't think you go Thornmail. I think that's really not very good here. Good engage though. I think here you guys gonna. I think Pity was like, oh, I'm tanking, but he drops aggro. Kind of same as last game. I think you guys are making minor errors in terms of like positioning and team fights and rotations, but overall, you guys were just better than this team. I think the third game, you guys hard troll both the draft and the draft and sorry, Primus messaged me. I think we're doing. What was I saying? Where are we going? I think this game too. I think your first 3 picks are great. I think your second 2 picks are really bad in this draft. They don't fit your composition as well. I mean, Malphite you needed to engage, but like still. There's no reason to play up here, Pity. You're really far up with your team just doing Baron. Just back out. You don't need to be pushing up. You also just hold. I think you W too soon. You need to W the taunt. I'm sorry. You need W the taunt. You need to flash the taunt, not W it. You guys just win off this push, don't you? You just like slowly kill one by one. Yeah, so I think I think these first two games in this series, it was just you guys were better players. I think our rotations were slightly better.